Welcome to the Smoke Podcast. All right, y'all. Welcome to another great episode of the Smoke Podcast.
Yes. Welcome. I feel blessed today to be here.
I know, because some folks didn't make it. Didn't get up.
Yeah.
So, anytime we can get up and do what we love doing.
Exactly.
Right.
Is another day in the win column.
Yeah.
Yes, you get a W.
Unlike my damn Raiders, who can't win shit.
So, but you still wearing it.
You know what? But here's the thing. Y'all started off real good game.
Y'all did. Y'all, I really had a lot of faith in y'all.
Y'all started out. Y'all was up 17-0.
Oh, you talking about in that one game?
Yeah. Hey, we not talking about the game we went to down in New Orleans where they got
slaughtered.
They didn't even get off the damn bus. We weren't talking about that one.
So was the relief team in or whatever they call it?
No, we had the practice squad.
Y'all had the practice squad.
Yeah, the practice squad.
Oh,
you know what? I think what happened, they got on there and they say, we're going to stay on the bus. We ain't going to even do shit. And that's what happened.
Oh, wow.
We're going to stay on the bus. I think Carr probably took an Ambien or some shit.
Dang, not an Ambien.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us, because I know you got the inside on what happened, being that you a super fan.
Yeah.
You are a super fan. You are a super fan.
I mean, they just sorry. Derek Carr, quarterback of the Raiders, he got to go.
Can you repeat that?
Derek Carr has to go.
Just repeat that other part.
Listen, I ain't repeating that.
Just repeat that other
You just want
part.
to hear the they
Okay, let me say it again. The Raiders are playing sorry right now.
No, the Raiders are sorry. Go ahead. We got you.
Wait a minute. Who your team again?
I got five teams, so I'm always covered.
Kimberly, Faye, Kimberly is really not about teams. She's about players. She's about individuals.
So whichever the way
wherever
the wind blow,
Russell's at, you right there, right?
Wherever the way the wind blow, all my teams gonna win.
Now,
he ain't playing good right now. That's why you gotta have five teams.
But he got a new baby on the way, so he probably gonna step it up now.
Well, that's why you gotta have five teams.
Yeah.
Five.
But I don't blame him.
Oh.
Sierra will be pregnant until she can't get pregnant
Is she
again.
pregnant again?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Especially since he can afford that shit.
Yeah. They ain't got nothing else to do with
So
their money.
here's a question. Fabian, what do you think about our guy Nick Cannon and his
How many
his
he on?
procreation?
He on 11?
He on 11.
I think he's on 11.
Does he feel like he getting ready to die or something? I'm just trying to understand the logic.
No, I think he's got the money, and he's like,
Just wanna
and
uplift all the women.
every cute girl that he has relations with, he's like, let me give you a little something to take with you.
You know what? I mean, he's one of those guys you like if he was on the smoke. So Nick,
Wow.
Tell me,
Wow. Could you break it down for me?
Break it down. I mean, are you just trying to populate? You just want to make sure.
You just want to make sure you always good.
I got it. He wants enough for his own football team.
That's not it. He surpassed it. How many people you got to have for a football team?
No, you need more than 11. you need some.
He can have his own basketball team.
On the field.
He got his basketball team and some cheerleaders.
And a baseball team.
Well, not the baseball team. You gotta have some backups. You can't have one pitcher.
Same with football. That's what I'm saying. So right now he's got a defensive unit. So now next he's aiming for the offensive
some of them
unit.
are women. Some of them are little girls. So some of them are girls.
Okay, well then we gonna do
cheerleaders. That's what I'm saying. He got a basketball team.
Yeah, he got at least a
with
basketball.
The cheerleaders.
Okay, I get
cheerleaders.
Yeah,
okay.
Nick Cannon, if you want to come on the Smoke podcast and discuss this, just
I don't
let
know,
us
Kimberly. If he touch you, make
helicopter now. Yeah, I'm in a certain age bracket where that ain't gonna happen.
Put his arm around you.
All right, you might want to go to the clinic.
No, I ain't going to no damn clinic.
You go pee on a stick.
I wish I would.
But anyway. So you over the election?
No. But I'm gonna be all right. I
mean, hell, you have no choice because the world goes on.
It does go on, but it's disappointing. It's disappointing across the board.
You can like the great Cat Williams say, you can leave a hoe to water, but you can't make her think.
Now you know what? You are 100% right. I just ugh. Every time I think about it, I turned the TV off. I was so upset.
How do you win an election when you're in one of your commercials? You say, now, if you into defunding the police, the next time you need help, call a crackhead.
Because that made sense to the people because they on crack. I don't know. It made sense to them.
It made sense to somebody.
To the people.
Again, I think if we keep it in perspective, this was a midterm election.
I'm not doing
not
that.
the full election.
I'm
and
not
typically,
doing
everybody doesn't vote in a midterm election.
And that's the whole point. The way this world is, nothing should be typical. We should be. You should treat it the same.
I don't disagree.
So you feel like because it's been that way.
Historically speaking,
I don't agree.
You say you're a numbers person, right?
I'm a numbers. I looked at them.
So you have to look at the previous midterm elections. The only one that had more.
Anything.
All I got to do
is look and see that the people did not go out and vote.
Well, they didn't.
So whatever happens legislatively, locally to us, we deserve it.
So then, can we give our normal saying? No vote, no voice.
But they on TikTok.
But here's the interesting thing. Stacey Abrams did better last time.
She did, and I was so shocked by that.
Yeah,
I'm not because what happened when that state turned blue, all the Republicans like, hey, y'all see what happened when y'all ass didn't get out there and vote,
right?
And that shit changed. They got out there and vote,
which means that we should have made sure that we were out in droves to vote. I think it should have been a lot closer.
But some people you can't change their mind because at the end of the day, I had a friend that living at Atlanta, and he's real sensitive about this shit. And he was like, I just can't believe Herschel. I don't get it. I said I do get it. I say if you got two black candidates and one is a Republican, white people will vote for him.
Yeah. It didn't matter he was an idiot.
Because he sound like most of them anyway.
He did. He sound concussed. I keep telling y'all that man is in a permanent state of concussion.
Yeah. Well,
I don't disagree.
It's something wrong with him. I don't know.
Shelby County only about a third of the people showed up to vote in Shelby County.
Yeah.
But did anybody win or lose that you didn't expect?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean,
I was hopeful.
No.
I'm always hopeful.
I encouraged all the voting age members of my family to get out and vote. Me and my wife, we went out and voted.
Yeah.
Hell, we took Darian. We took Darian to vote on his deathbed. He's been sick for the last 3 or 4 days, and we dragged his ass out. Put a mask on. Come on, get your ass up. Go vote.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, it is what it is. Like you said, you can't change people's mind, and most people vote the way that they feel.
Yeah, the way that they feel. And then if you got a group of people that feel, I mean, I don't get it, but you got a group of people that really feel that they're about to come extinct.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here to Kimberly's point, when Barack Obama was the president and we had the midterm elections, we lost 60 plus seats. 60 plus seats. Now, was it because Barack was doing so bad? No, it was because, I mean, the obvious thing is
people didn't get out.
We got this black guy in office, and he was doing too good. He was doing too good.
Well,
and then when Trump was in, they lost a bunch of seats. So this time, at least according to the media, it wasn't a red wave; it was a pink wave.
Yes, I saw that.
Because a lot of seats that they expected to
everybody
flip,
that he helped lost.
Yeah.
Good.
Even Dr. Oz, the celebrity doctor. I mean, shit.
He took such a turn.
Thank you, Oprah.
I was like, that's the same dude that was on Oprah.
That is the same.
Right.
But you know what?
I was so confused
I can appreciate Oprah because I can appreciate Dr. Oz because when she asked him, he says, "What do you think about Oprah coming out against you?" Dr. Oz was basically like, "Hey, that's my friend, and she is entitled to vote her conscience," or whatever he said. Well, she couldn't even vote, so in Pennsylvania. So he was just it
didn't matter.
Anyway, let's talk about these cigars. So what you smoke on election night? I know you smoked something.
No, I didn't. I just drank.
You just drank.
I was like, I'm ready to go to bed. I can't do this. I'm not staying up another further.
And like Kimberly, I'm a news junkie. I didn't watch the news that night, and then that morning, me and my wife got up and we watched House Hunters. I was like over. I could not. I didn't want to watch the news because y'all know my one ballot in Arkansas did not pass. So
man, it was going so good.
I know it was going so good.
They almost put slavery back on the board. So I'm sorry that your marijuana bill didn't pass because we almost got sent back to 1906. So I don't know. And I'm like, did people read? Did people understand that amendment?
But I will say this: that shit was so confusing. I was sitting there reading. I was like,
"What? Do I want to go to prison and be a slave?"
So here, this was funny. I saw this on social media. our friend Katrina Robinson, she said that people were texting her asking her how should they vote. You know what
did that
what
one
do I
mean?
need to put down on here? You know, luckily I kind of was pre-educated. I kind of knew who I was gonna select. You know, but some people who
If you didn't know, you like,
you probably did vote for us to go back to slavery.
well, it wasn't per se to go back. It was to remove the language, just to change the
I know.
language.
But
anyway, we're gonna take
this close though.
We
Hey,
go.
man,
We go.
what you been smoking, man?
You ain't talk about yourself.
Well, nobody talked about cigars.
Oh, we sorry.
I tried to change the subject. Ike brought it right back.
I'm
Shit.
sorry. We just smoking everything.
Oh, well, no. Kimberly said you said what did she smoke or drink? She
Election
said
night, I
she
didn't.
just drank.
You just drank. What did you smoke, Ike?
I just drank too.
I did too.
we
I
had to
think
go to
all of us
bed.
had a drink.
Woo, child.
I had about 3 drinks. I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
that's
was,
good, though.
you sitting in the house. You know, I don't smoke in the house, so
I tried a new wine and I love it.
But
wine?
I've been.
I'm gonna have to give you the name of it so we can
No,
have
she
it on
don't.
show. I took a picture. No, I
Oh,
took a
you
picture.
took a picture of it?
Oh,
I'm so tired of y'all.
I'm in
I quit
agreement.
this show today.
You can't
See
quit.
y'all next
You're under
week.
contract.
You gonna see us next week? Is that
Not
what you
next
said?
week. I'm done. For
You're
the
under
rest of the
contract.
Anyway,
Imaginary
you know
contract.
what? We got a really good show today. When we talking about politics, we're gonna bring.
Oh, really?
We're gonna bring in a. I mean, do you call
Why
him a
ain't wearing no
politician
suit
yet?
then? Y'all should have told me we was gonna be talking to real politician folks.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if we can
I
call
don't
him
know
a
we can call him a politician yet.
Uh,
I mean, what is
no, you know,
why
we-
is our businessman? Or
you know
something?
what?
I don't
No,
mean,
no,
like, I mean,
no,
just
hold
that
on.
we was gonna be talking politics. I would have dressed different. I would
Hold
have
on,
dressed like
we
I was
we still call him a politician
Oh wait, I got my glasses.
because
tight.
the reason why we can still call him a politician is because he knows how to play the game.
Does he?
That's part of it. Now he may not be in that role, but I guarantee you he know how to play the game.
Oh, this
because
finna be
his the organization that he runs gets his money from.
It's a quasi.
yeah. So yeah, he giving out.
Quasi-governmental.
Well,
He
we
giving
can
out
ask him
payments
some
in lieu
tough
of
questions.
taxes and all kinds of
Yeah, he
stuff.
gives
So
out all
that's
kinds
my
of shit.
money. So that means right there, he a
Give me-
politician.
Ooh,
I
Give me some of my money
I
back.
got some money from them. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
on
Can
cloud
you
nine.
give me some of my money back? Oh, I ask him when he come on the show.
Yeah, you ask him when he come out. I can't give you
My
shit.
name is
Well, wait a minute.
Last social.
The money that he got is already spent. I mean, y'all ain't getting y'all ain't getting none of that.
Shut up, Isaac. You always
All right,
messing
Smoke
up.
Trying
Family.
to keep it
Smoke Family.
real.
We'll be right
I'm gonna come back with my glasses on so I can look intelligent.
Okay. Whatever the hell that means.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the smoke, man.
Oh man,
These breaks, man. These
I mean, we
breaks.
had to fill our drink back up. You know, you always got to keep your drink ready.
Keep your drink
Keep your
fresh.
drink full.
Drink full. You know, just keep it fresh so you can just take a little sip.
So Fabian, who do we have on the show today?
Would you
We
like to
have-
introduce our special
We're
guest?
bringing to the smoke table
Not the time.
mayoral candidate.
Mayor.
Mayoral.
He's
Mayoral.
announced his candidacy.
Yes, it is. Paul Young. What's up, Paul?
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Oh yeah, I like that. I like those shit.
Hey, we are
turned
available to bring you out on any of your
I need
campaigns.
that
Come out,
energy.
come in the stage right now.
That's one of the best intros I've
Get
heard.
on
I
your
love it.
feet right now.
They're gonna be like, he
we'll
on
do
this
you
show,
like
he
Steve
can't be
Harvey.
serious.
We'll be like, hey,
Steve
hey.
Harvey's like, you know how I bring him out. Yeah, I bring him out.
I'm out.
Yeah,
Bring up.
yeah.
Well, we
Walk
even
out
got
there.
your
I like
song
that.
ready.
Gonna get up off y'all, get out of y'all seats and get on your feet.
We
I
got
like
your
that.
song ready too.
I like that.
What's
Bring
up,
them out.
Paul?
Bring
What's
them
going
out.
on,
Bring them
man?
out.
That is one of my songs. Bro. I like that song. I'm a
Oh,
T.I.
that's what's
fan.
up. That's what's up.
Every superhero needs a theme song.
Everyone, every
one of 'em.
superhero.
Every
I
one
heard
of
you
'em.
was a superhero.
I'll
people.
take that.
To
I'll
the
take
citizens.
that.
He is
I try to be.
blessing the
I
citizens
try to
of
be.
Memphis. He's very good at doing what he do.
I've been doing the work. I've been doing
Yeah,
the
Paul,
work.
Paul, tell us about yourself, man. Because I can go on and on. And
Yeah,
they
yeah.
want to hear from you.
Yeah, so
They
I'm
tired of listening
I'm
to us.
Memphis born and raised. Grew up in Oak Haven. Graduated from East. Went to college at UT. Came back to Memphis and decided I wanted to get into city planning, which basically meant that I wanted to help rebuild neighborhoods and communities all across
okay,
Memphis. And
that's
so
what's
for the
up.
last 20 years, that's what I've been doing. And now I'm the president of Downtown Memphis Commission. I get an opportunity to work in what I believe to be one of the most important neighborhoods, not just in Memphis, but in the region. Because if downtown doesn't thrive, then our whole city doesn't thrive. And so
Yeah, okay.
we got to do both. And
100% agree.
I understand all the folks that say we need to put investment in neighborhoods, and I 200% agree. I was previously the director of housing, and a lot of the work that I've done in my career has been at the neighborhood level.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's all about doing both and, not either or. We got to invest in big things downtown.
You
and we gotta
just
invest in the
that was
small
just your
things
whole
in
theme
the
right there for your campaign.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not a or, it's an and.
Yeah, it's and. It's both and.
You can use that.
I appreciate that.
It'll be 19.
All right, don't die, man. I want the hookup.
Hold up, Kimberly. You've been on this 1995. What's up with that?
It's just a number. It's so random. So
can I just go ahead and pay your contract out for next year? I'll see you. I'll cash out you.
What you think?
I'll cash out you 1995 right now.
No, 1995, sir. Thank you.
I said 1995.
I'm talking to you.
Bill me later.
With the period.
With the period.
Shut up.
Hey,
anyway, come
hold
on,
on.
Paul.
I like y'all energy in here.
Y'all
though.
put the camera on Kimberly right quick.
Yeah.
Look at that. She came
put
back
the
with the
glasses
glasses
on,
on
too.
for real.
That's MC Hammer Mama right there.
Boy, you're a lie. I'm too young to be MC. Never mind. Okay, stop. Y'all play so
anyway.
much. I want to have a serious conversation with the
We
mayoral
don't have to be
candidate.
too serious.
You took his jacket off in there.
Yeah, I took my jacket off. We ready.
Okay, well, I'm finna go find me a jacket because I won't be taken seriously. I'm just kidding. I can't. Go ahead. Come on. This show ridiculous. Come on.
I like y'all.
No, I remember when you were in the previous role, and you did. You kept stuff moving in the city. I think when they opened up the what's those apartments downtown that.
South City?
Yeah, South City.
Yeah.
I mean, you were there, and you spoke to the crowd, and I just thought it was a great event. I mean, just the fact that I know how that used to be before y'all did it.
Right.
I mean, that was a rough
big difference
neighborhood.
now.
That was
It's a big ass difference now.
And and at first I was like, all of it, because you had a sheet. Well, not you, but they had a sheet of the stuff that they had to kind of adhere to.
Right.
Which some people need structure.
Yep. A lot of people do.
You talking about for the residents?
Yeah,
that
for the
move back
residents.
in.
Yeah, when you move back
At the
in.
end of the day, you want them to keep that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Why make that big of an investment if it's just gonna go back to what it was before?
Yeah, for me, that whole project was personal though, because my dad actually grew up in Foot Homes.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Yeah, my dad grew up there, and then they later moved in deeper into South Memphis. But I had an opportunity when I first got to HCD, Housing and Community Development. That was 2016. They had just gotten the grant, and so we had to move that project from an idea to actual implementation. And for me, it makes me proud to be able to drive down there, because when I think about what that means for downtown, what it really means is that people that have been living in affordable housing developments have traditionally been in islands of poverty, meaning that everybody around them are living in poverty, and you kind of put a gate around it and isolate them to themselves.
Right.
But what we did with Foot Park at South City is we built the units so that they're integrated into the neighborhoods. Doors open up to the streets. You walk right out and you in downtown, and you are literally can walk to the job.
Depend on where you live in South City. You see the skyline of downtown.
You see the
That's
skyline.
nice.
You're in the
That's
shadows
nice.
of the FedEx Forum, and
Because sometimes you
there's
got to
more
give
growth
people
coming.
a different perspective, like you said. I know that we were talking about this earlier with my girlfriend and I. Like, we had people speaking life into us. A lot of people didn't get that. Yeah. So sometimes, how do you even start for them to see a different vision if it's not something that they can see?
Absolutely.
You got to give them something to see.
That's exactly right. So when you think about what we did in that project, and it's a national model. But what we're trying to do is create what we call mixed income communities. Right. And when I think about where my mom and dad grew up in South Memphis, they grew up in a neighborhood where the doctors lived next to the lawyers, next door to the teacher, next door to the janitor, next door to the service worker, next door. Everybody, it was one integrated community. So it wasn't like you were separated because you didn't have as much money as your next door neighbor.
Right. Yep.
That's what we're trying to bring back, because when you have neighborhoods that are built like that, then you have the opportunity to bring in more businesses, because more businesses want to be around people with income.
Right.
And so those that have less income are able to benefit from their neighbors having more income.
Right.
And then they're next to people that's going to be able to speak life into them, just like you just talked about.
Right.
So, it's all about making sure that people have opportunities to interact.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot.
All right, I'm always on the spot, so I'm ready.
What we going to do about this crime?
Man,
that's the key. We got to get this crime under control.
That's everywhere.
And I know it's not just in any specific neighborhood, but if you ain't got nothing, let's just say, for example, if you don't have anything and you're in Orange Mound, the people in Orange Mound are going to leave there and go to other neighborhoods and cause wreak havoc and cause all kinds of, drama and so on. And I think that's one of the, pieces of any puzzle that you're going to put together. Not just you, anybody, if they want to fix Memphis, you got to solve the crime problem.
Yeah, for me, I always tell people it's a dual approach. We have to do two things. One, we have to address violent gun crime in our communities, and we got to capture those that are doing it. We got to capture them quickly, and hopefully they go into a justice system that's focused on reform. But my job as mayor is to get you off the streets. And so how do we do that? We support our police officers. We want to support police officers that are doing right by the community.
Right.
Because when they're feeling good and supported, they're going to do their job in capturing the folks. And the other thing that we have to do is use technology.
Yep.
We've been talking about the complement of police officers. We're at about 1,900 officers. We need to be at about 2,500 according to all of the statistics that we've heard. But in the meantime, we got to figure out how do we offset that. And one way that we can do it is to use cameras with artificial intelligence, like what we're doing downtown. So
is that when they a gunshot, the camera will automatically zoom to wherever?
Yeah, that's more that's a part of it. Okay. But more so is using that artificial intelligence so it can be trained to identify bad activity. So if me and Fabian are walking down the street, we decide we want to fight, then the camera can see us and it can alert the proper authorities and disperse them in a way where you're saving time.
Right.
If we're breaking in cars, it can see that and it can disperse people in real time so that you can solve the crimes.
Because they have it in, if you go to, I've been to London before. London has a camera on freaking every corner, every block, and
we do too.
Nothing.
We have them too. We have cameras.
Well, no,
the cameras don't have the AI.
Those cameras are the cameras that we have now. Because I did a tour of that. I was shooting some stuff over there, and soon as a gunshot or a loud sound goes off, the camera automatically swings to that sound.
It definitely pans in that direction.
Now,
but
of course, it can easily miss some shit, but at least it's trying.
But it doesn't have that AI that I'm talking about, that artificial intelligence that's built in.
How far away are we from that?
We're not far at all.
With that and facial recognition.
Yeah, so I would back away from the facial recognition because you start getting into some other privacy concerns. And so my goal is to make sure that we're reducing crime. And so this is the suppression side. So I mentioned supporting officers, technology. I also believe that the biggest area where we can do some big things is investigative services. Because as you all know, we lost a lot of officers back in 2014 when they cut the benefits. And what you saw when that happened was...
Which have been restored, right?
Which have been restored. They've been restored.
But then people go.
But what happened was you had officers that have 25 years of experience that are investigating crimes, and they're partnered with an investigator that has 2 years of experience. Right. And what happened was once that officer with 25 years of experience left, that one with 2 years of experience is trying to solve the same level of crimes, and they're not able to do it as quickly, and then the crimes begin to pile up. And then the criminals that are doing the bad things, they tend to victimize multiple people because our city is not bad. No, it's 1% of our population. We got to make sure that we're getting those people out of circulation and put them into the justice system that hopefully is focused on reform. But our job is to get them out.
We got to get them out first.
We got to get them out.
First.
And so, but the other side, which is equally important that I want to make sure people don't miss, is there's the suppression of crime and capturing, but there's the intervention and prevention. That's number one. That's it. Because if we don't, we're stuck in a cycle.
Right.
Like there are so many young people in our community that just don't have hope. And we're dealing with a generation of young people that don't see a future. They don't see
so that's why
tomorrow
they don't care.
being. So yeah, if you don't care,
I think
you do anything. We got to interject some hope into their lives through programs and interventions. Like that's where we got to double down, in my opinion.
Right.
And so it's both and. Now, you mentioned that earlier. It's both and. It's not either or. We can't just be tough on crime and not do this stuff.
Exactly.
I think I'm encouraged.
You can do it at the same time.
At the same time,
I did an event for the city, their Ovation Awards, and they had a bunch of the young, newer officers, and that was the first time. I mean, I've been doing the Ovation Awards for years, but this was the first time I saw a bunch of young black men police officers. I mean, just bunches of them. I remember as a kid, I went to Magnolia Elementary, and I remember, we'd have a police officer come to the schools, officer friendly. He would come, you could ask questions, I think stuff like that, so that the kids, they stay in the neighborhoods. The police officer that came to Magnolia when I was a kid stayed over in Castalia, it was in the hood, but he stayed over there. Everybody knew him. You knew where he stayed at, and you knew you had somebody you could talk to. And I think that's one of the things that the previous or the current administration has tried to do by putting the police cars back into the neighborhoods. Because if you saw a police car, you would think twice.
But do they
before
respect
you
the
did
police
something.
anymore? Like we respected the police.
Yeah, I agree. But if you don't respect it, we're gonna make you respect it.
Respect will be earned some kind of
Some
way.
kind of way.
Yeah. Exactly. So I just think that there's not a get rich. I mean, not get rich quick, but there's not
It's not a quick
fix
answer. It's not a quick fix.
to
It's
solve
not a quick
the
fix.
problems that's going on in the city. And what you're saying, Paul, I like it. I like that.
So Paul, let me ask you this:
Yeah.
What's your why?
For me, my life is about purpose. Y'all know I'm not a politician. I've been working in politics, but I've never been the candidate. Nobody has ever gone to the ballots and voted for Paul Young.
Right.
But right now, I'm ready. I mean, I've been preparing for this job my whole career. And when I talk to the politicos, they all know. They all know Paul Young is the best person to do this job. They question whether I had a name recognition or if I can
I'm
get
sure
dirty
your
in
age and all of that.
age.
I'm
but
sure they threw and your
I can show you better than I can tell you. That's what I say to them.
That sounds like a guy from South Memphis right there.
I can show you better than I can tell you. That's what it comes down to.
All I can say is keep that same energy.
Oh no! I'm walking in every room like I'm the #1 candidate. Y'all got to beat me,
Right.
and I really mean it because I'm the only one that's ever really been doing this.
Right.
I've been doing it, not just sitting behind a desk making policy and not implementing it.
Right.
I've made policy and implemented the policy, so I know the challenges that come along with doing this work.
You know, the interesting thing about when one person announced they're gonna run and then another person announced they're gonna run and everything, and a lot of times they're your friends.
Yeah, they all my friends. They are all my friends. Yeah.
And how do you handle a situation like that?
Well, I reach out to all of them. I've talked to all of them that are in the race, and
How many is in the race?
I mean, I ain't giving nobody no shine. It's some other ones. It's some other people, but I'm cool with all of them.
We gotta get one person. Y'all need to get in a room and figure this stuff out. We need one good candidate.
If you follow, they've had several little meet the candidate forums.
I'm not following
Paul
that.
was in one of them. I think the thing about it is just a couple of the candidates that decided to run now they may not be able to. They may not be eligible. Just
That's
stuff.
good.
When it shakes out, I think when it shakes out, to Paul's point, the cream's gonna rise to the top.
Cream's gonna rise to the top,
That's what's up.
and I'm staying the course. I'm in this. I'm in this, and so
he been in Memphis all.
Well, I'm just
his...
saying because
hold on.
You spoke earlier about the history, and the history has been that when there's multiple Democratic candidates of color in a race, in that one race, the vote gets split.
Yeah.
So when I'm saying get in a room and discuss it, we need to make sure that we have one great candidate that we all can support.
Well, but
that's the way it used.
That's the way it used to be. I don't know if that is necessary in 2023, which is when this will take place. And the reason I say I don't know if it's necessary is because of I think the great equalizer is, and this is just in my opinion, is the social media piece. If you look at Trump, when Trump ran, especially running in Memphis specifically, he didn't spend a dime. He didn't do no commercials, nothing. His message was delivered via social media. That's how people knew him.
But we talking about the mayor race
for the
of
young
Memphis.
people. For the young people, they don't watch TV. So it doesn't matter if Paul spends $1 million on commercials. If nobody sees them, then will it make an impact? You got to go to where the people are at, and I think
I'm not disagreeing with that.
The change is going to be, to do the stuff via social media. Make people exactly, absolutely. It's an and. It ain't just the
you own it.
Even though I'm probably in the latter part of the people that would vote for you, I still do social media. And I see the stuff. I mean, we still see it. So we're
when
the
you say
exception.
latter part, you mean age wise?
Yeah, age wise.
We on the down.
I hope you're not. I mean, I'm running for everybody.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying
I'm not in the older demographic. But my goal is to show for those that are older. I always liken myself to the J. Cole song "Middle Child," where he say I'm big bro and little bro all at once. I'm big bro to some of the younger folks. I'm little bro to some of the older folks. But all of them have poured into me. And I am that middle child that's able to take us into the future.
Bam.
And so I want the older generation to realize that I still acknowledge, I respect, I listen, I heed their guidance, but I'm also bringing some new youthful energy.
And we need that in
that
this
we
city.
need.
We need
both.
that in this city.
And-
We need
and
both.
I keep telling folks, I'm the youngest and most experienced person for the job.
Okay.
I've been working for 20 years doing city leadership for 20
And now
years.
it's time for you to lead.
And now it's time for me to lead.
That'd be 1990.
That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, Paul, you know what? I was shocked when you told me you smoke cigars. How long you been smoking cigars, man?
You know, I mean, I wouldn't even call myself a cigar smoker. I mean, I just do it casually.
Yeah.
When I get with the fraternity brothers and we hanging out.
Oh, Lord.
Wait a minute, you're in the frat? You a frat guy?
The best one.
Which
the,
one?
the best one.
Lord.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. Hold on, let me get
1911. You getting there. You getting there.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
The best one in 1911.
Oh, here we go.
Kappa Alpha Psi.
Oh, another one.
Let's
all
go.
your friends only Kappas? I mean, what
Right,
the
did you
hell is
want to
going
join that
on?
fraternity and this is your
That's
way?
what it is. I think
It's too late, so this the
I
route
don't
you
know.
gonna
You
go.
know what? You know what? That when I called Paul, and I was like, I started thinking back.
Don't
I was
nobody
like,
care,
shit.
Randy.
I'm like, damn. Everybody I know is a Kappa.
Everybody.
Hey,
Did you want to? Is that
No,
you trying
I
to
ain't got shit to
we
do
deep.
with it.
Okay.
But half of half
if
of
it's
people
your
in Memphis
dream-
are Kappa shit.
Yeah, that's what
and
I
the
think.
other, and the other half
Other
is
half
Q's.
Qs. I mean,
And it's a few alphas.
And some
Very
alphas,
few.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, it's a Kappa city.
It's a
Cream
Kappa
rise to the
city.
top, like you said. Though,
Dang,
you know.
now here we go.
That's why we
yeah,
always
it's
show
a
up.
Kappa
Okay.
city.
We rise to the top.
And then it's a roll of dice on who's a AKA or a Delta. You're like,
watch
and then
this.
they always get you.
Yeah.
What do you think I am?
Oh, yeah,
Don't ask
answer
me,
that.
you
Don't
tell
answer
me.
that. That's a trick question.
But
That
you know,
is a trick
but
question.
to your point, Fabian, most of the women you can easily identify.
That's a lie.
Well, for me, I'll say that. For
Hey,
me,
all the
still ain't
damn women
answering.
that crossed Delta a couple of years ago, you can easily
you can identify them.
yeah, because they wear their colors every day now. You know?
And hey, and some of them Kappa guys, I ain't gonna call no names, but y'all got
don't
one
start
brother.
that. Don't start.
Y'all got one brother
He
there.
just out of
Every time
uniform
I'm
day.
like, you the Kappa of the damn year.
Super new.
Super Loop, that's him. I ain't gonna call no names.
Super noob. What is a super noob?
All right, now we're
Randy.
going to keep that to ourselves. I shouldn't even say it.
Baby, we'll never know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. So let's pivot. Let's talk about this damn cigar.
Yeah, let's talk about cigar.
Man.
You brought this one, didn't you?
Yeah, so Fabian, I said, man, what we need for the show today? He said, well, you know, we
It's all right.
good on liquor. He said, why don't you get some cigars? So, you know, I tried to get something different, something new, for today, and
Yeah, this all right.
I think it's
You like it?
it's a good cigar.
What notes
pretty
are
smooth.
you producing?
Coffee,
Coffee.
kind of a caramel. If you in the beginning, now I'm about halfway through, and I don't.
So y'all some real aficionados.
No,
right
we
here.
just we just
sitting there
pretend.
guessing.
'Cause I can't taste none of that. I don't taste
We
no
read it off
coffee,
Google.
no caramel.
We try to get Google to sponsor. So
It tastes like a cigar.
So we have a JFR Lunatic Maduro cigar. That's the cigar that we're pairing today. And I'm gonna read y'all what my friends from Google says.
Hey Google.
It says it's made by Casa Fernandez at their farm in Nicaragua. The FDR Lunatic Maduro is a medium to full-bodied premium cigar that specializes in gargantuan size and sturdy construction. And that was the thing I noted when me and Fabian, when I first opened the cigars, is you could tell how tightly it was rolled. You know, just looking at the end of it,
He's
you
so
could tell.
serious.
You leave me alone.
Okay, well then I'll stop.
No,
I'm through.
It's in your contract that you got to finish.
I'm trying to.
I wish you would.
I'm trying to give y'all country folks. I'm trying to give y'all country folks a little.
Country.
Yeah, you country.
I'm far
With a
from
K.
country.
with a K.
I'd like to KUN.
Anyway, it said this, draped in a dark Mexican San Andreas wrapper that covers
doing so
premium
good
Nicaraguan
today.
binder and filler. The Lunatic Maduro burns slowly and confidently, and offers rich notes of coffee, cocoa, and leather.
Leather.
And I agree. This is an hour smoke, easy.
Yeah.
This is an easy
It's
hour
a good
smoke.
smoke. I mean, not a good smoke, but it's a good about an hour.
Yeah, you gotta have some time for this.
Yeah, and then, you know,
I ain't got time
Of
today.
course, the reviews gave it. They made it into a full-bodied cigar, and I kind of disagree. I think it's more of a medium.
It's a
body.
medium. It's a
It's
medium.
a medium. I don't think it's a.
Yeah.
And it's a
It's a
Maduro.
medium. And I will say this. although it is a good smoke, I ain't gonna say it's a great
like it.
smoke.
It's not a
good
it's
smoke.
all right.
It doesn't have that much flavor.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's for you to pull it to be to the center
Now,
like you
I
are.
wish I had
you
did what
should be able
Fabian's recommendation. I wish we had dipped this cigar first in some of this whiskey that we
the
drinking.
whiskey.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Well, I'm gonna do that anyway. So I'm glad you said that. Maybe I can get some flavor.
Oh, I
in it.
love how they put the explanation on the back of their bottle already, so we don't have
What
to
is
even
that?
Google
The lineage.
it. The lineage.
Lineage. Ooh, look at Vanna Black.
All right, I like it. It tastes pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about the lineage.
Oh wait, you want me to read it?
I mean, that's why you got them damn glasses on, fine.
Yeah, but I can't see. Oh, okay. This is a small batch.
Yeah, it's out of Texas, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a single malt is an expression that pays homage to both the traditional single malts that have been a significant inspiration to our craft as well as our deep roots in the heart of the Lone Star State. Shut up. Taking care, because I'm trying to. Taking cues. Ooh, Lord, from two distinct approaches to maturation and malted barley.
Oh shit.
Lineage expresses our appreciation for the past while forging ahead to add something.
Next time, read it on your phone.
That's right. So saying because the glare is hitting the writing to the ongoing
That's a lot of
conversation
shit.
that is whiskey.
Is that
Certified
what part of Texas?
Whiskey,
What part of
Lone
Texas?
Star State. You just said the Lone Star State. You
Oh,
didn't
okay.
say. Oh wait. Let's see. Waco, Texas. Okay.
Y'all know what Waco stands for?
What?
We ain't coming out.
So it says
Remember when the Branch Davidians took over? That's what the big thing was. Waco, we ain't coming out.
it says this is never chilled, filtered, or colored. So this is the natural, whatever it's set in, the barrel or whatever is basically what it's saying.
Okay.
So I had read something about it too, and it talked about it has a notes of sugar cane, which when I initially taste it, it does taste a little sweet. It doesn't like bite like some whiskeys do. I mean,
Right.
And it's good.
Yeah, it's not
I've
nasty
drank
like that
taste it.
other one we
and
had
then
last
to
week.
Fabian's point, I dipped mine too. And
Do you ever
man,
try that, Paul? Dip the tip of your cigar into your whiskey.
I have
It
done
changed
Yep.
the flavor a little
little
bit.
profile.
It give you a nice little flavor to it, especially with something like the cigar like this that
Has no taste.
I ain't gonna say it has no taste. It's
It's a little regular.
it's a
so
little
Paul,
bland.
you say you don't have a cigar per se that you go to. What about
Liquor.
adult beverages?
I love mezcal. I've been on this mezcal kick. I went to Central Station when it first opened, and they had this drink called All the Smoke, and I didn't.
What?
It was a drink called All
We
the
got
Smoke.
to go do
You
that.
gotta go
We
have it.
gotta
It's a
do
smoke
that.
drink.
And it just has a smoky flavor.
Oh, from the
from the
liquor.
mezcal.
Okay.
So the mezcal gives it this smoky taste, and I started asking the bartender like, "What is this?" And told me it was mezcal, and since then I've been on it.
You've been
So
on it.
That's
been your
my
drink of
of
choice.
choice.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it though.
That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back more with Paul Young, Mayoral
Paul
candidate
Young.
2023, Memphis, Tennessee. Smoke Family, we'll be right back.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the
Welcome
smoke,
back.
man.
Welcome
Paul is y'all just should have been here during break. We should have recorded the break.
Y'all be mad if y'all could really see our breaks.
We ain't doing shit. We like
Nah, they be
sleeping
off the
and
chain.
stuff.
That's when we say the other stuff.
Yeah, we say other stuff. Anyway, man, Paul. So, are you excited about what's about to happen in your life?
Man, I'm super excited. It's been a journey. I announced on September 1st.
Right.
Oh, did you?
September 1st, 901 day at 901.
Okay.
I
You
released-
went all the way with the
all the way
I
with the
see
901.
you.
We did it
And I
online.
see you.
Yeah, both ends. That's the mantra. But yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, my wife's super excited.
Yeah, that's right.
Family's
You're a
super
family
excited.
man too. You're
Family
a
man.
wife, 2 kids.
Yeah, wife, 2 kids.
Yeah.
Little people, 7 and 11.
Oh, them babies.
But they're fun. They're excited about it, and it's about purpose. Like I said, so I'm ready for
Leading
this journey.
by example.
Leading by example,
That's what's up.
and
That's good.
living life with purpose, man. That's what it's all about.
So how did that become embodied in you to live with a purpose? Where did that come from? Because you said that like a couple times.
It was from my parents. My parents are preachers. They have a church over off Winchester, Tullahoma, the Healing Center, and they've done a lot of work in the mental health space.
Diane Young and
William and Diane Young. Yeah.
Them your peoples.
Them my peoples.
Wow.
Those your folks. You should have led with that.
I know, right? That's for everybody.
Them your folks. Them mama and them. Yeah. Told us that. Yeah, we know you came from good stock.
No wonder you over here talking about leading with a purpose. That's the name of your new book.
That's it, man.
Man, that is what's up right there.
That's what I've just really been driving towards that mark. Like, how can I ensure that my presence on this earth results in somebody having a greater presence on this earth? Meaning that, the things that I do in my job and in my personal life means that somebody else is going to have a better experience in their life. And so I've been doing it through housing. I've done it through social services. I've done it through city planning. And now as mayor, obviously we want to create more jobs. We want to just make people feel hopeful about our city. I think that we need somebody that's going to inspire us to go to a different height.
Everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
and the cool thing is, and that's not throwing any shade on current administration, not throwing shade on your mates or any of that.
The current administration is gone. Yeah. So that doesn't even matter. I mean, I love Strickland. That's my guy. Yeah. I mean, I worked under him for many years, but Strickland can't run.
Yeah.
The question is, what happens after 2023? Who's going to lead us for the next 8 years?
Because we need somebody with some vision, some innovativeness to think outside the box,
and somebody
Hey, young. I need you on the campaign trail with me.
It's gonna be.
So Paul, here's
make sure I get that clip.
Here's a quick question. As a candidate, what and anybody that's a candidate as well. What's a couple things that if they're not talking about, like if I'm listening and I don't hear them talking about this, then what should send off a red flag in my mind?
How? That's it.
How they gonna do it?
Yeah, I mean, we all want the same thing for our city. We all want to see us do better. We all want to see opportunities for our people in our community. We want to see poverty eliminated. We know that's the biggest issue that we have in our community.
That's true.
But the question is how? What things are you going to do? And how does your track record demonstrate that you can do the things that you're saying you're going to do?
So you mean to be able to tie it together?
Yeah, you got to tie it together. All. Yeah, it's the and. Like, we all want to do these things, but how can I look at your track record and show that you can actually execute what you're telling me?
That's true. That's a great point.
And I think for me, I think the city has the momentum, because I do a lot of stuff with the Chamber of Commerce with Beverly Robinson in the Chamber.
Love
and,
Beverly.
One of the things that they did is that, what is it, Southgate Shopping Center? The Belts is giving that to the chamber to turn it into a learning facility so that they can teach people to be able to get the jobs in Blue Oval City.
Absolutely.
I mean, listen, the way that they're doing it now is they're trying to get these kids when they're getting ready to come out of high school to if I'm telling you, if you go through this program, boom, you're gonna get a job and it's gonna pay you $40,000 to $50,000. Why would you not want that?
Absolutely.
And I think one of the
median
things,
income? I mean, what's the median income?
The median income for at least for Blue Oval City, even if you get a supervisory level job, you could probably be making almost six figures.
Yeah.
I mean, they bringing the money.
I mean,
they got to get the people.
Jobs that's going to be created.
they got to get the people up. And trust me, we're not going to get 5,000 folks outside of this area to come in. So you might as well go to Fraser. You might as well go to Raleigh. You might as well go to Whitehaven and establish these training centers that can train these young people to do it.
Yeah.
The
to
days
have a different kind of future.
They're not going to want 40-year-old guys in these jobs. They want these young people
with good backs.
Put your back into it.
Yeah.
Well, even beyond that, I think what we have to do is think about what are the jobs of the future.
That's true.
And I said this at one of my campaign events. I pointed out that the Chamber had just released some information around how Memphis has the highest number of black and female IT workers per capita than any city in the country. So when we go out and we're trying to recruit what companies we want to be the anchor companies for the future in Memphis, We go to Google, we go to Amazon, we go to Microsoft, we go to all these companies that say they're all about tech and they're all about diversity and it's part of their values. All right, well, come walk it like you talk it. Come to Memphis, and plant yourself here so you can have a diverse workforce. Like, I really, truly believe we have something special in Memphis. Nobody can replicate the diversity, the culture, the vibe, the energy that we bring. And so we got to use that as our
we need
if you don't believe about that, believe us about that, go to a Grizzlies game.
Go to a Grizzlies game. I mean,
that's the great equalizer right there.
It is. We all in
we
there.
got everybody saying, we got a
team that basically is they
live and breathe the city. They embody it.
Yeah, it's the city, grit and grind. You know, it's the city.
You know, it's funny. I sat on a call with this. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. This hopefully I won't get in trouble. But anyway, this NFL franchise is just trying to come to Memphis, and I sat on a call with their marketing people, and they asked me specifically, "What in the hell is grit and grind?"
Oh Lord.
And I explained. You
didn't say no Raider shit, did you?
No. I talked about Memphis. I talked about our never give up attitude that we gonna scrap, we gonna fight, we gonna do whatever we got to do to obtain the goals that we want to get. And I think that's the embodiment. That's the theme that Memphis. Yeah, that's the spirit of Memphis. The grit and grind. It can it can go into jobs. It can go into reducing crime. I mean, you get these officers who to Paul's point, who live in the neighborhoods, who are there. You can ask the questions. I mean, eventually
we gotta get to the point where we don't have to grit and grind, where we're living in our destiny. We're not necessarily scrapping anymore
all the time.
We are actually living in our destiny, and the young people in our community have opportunities at their fingertips.
Right,
that
everything
they
doesn't
see
have
a path to their future being bright. Can you imagine the psyche that young people will have when they see, like, I don't have to do this route.
Right.
There's another path, and somebody's showing me how to get there.
Because one thing Memphis has,
because you don't have to ride and die.
No, you don't. You really don't.
I've never been. Because
we're
not doing that.
We probably have per capita the most black businesses, entrepreneurs.
I think what the black female, I don't remember the number.
It's pretty high.
Yeah,
it's pretty high.
We've been touted in numerous magazines about how Memphis is a great place for black entrepreneurs.
Black entrepreneurs,
And we had to cultivate that. I always say, even in my campaign spiel, I talk about how we certainly want to continue to do things like Ford, where we bring the big manufacturing companies to the city.
We also got to think about the little people.
If we get 100 small businesses to add 10 jobs, that's 1,000 new jobs in our community, and they're dispersed all throughout our community, so people can walk to those jobs.
To your point, I remember a long time ago, me and Fabian, we did this shoot for this company that was doing, I think, door locks for Chrysler. Like out, so maybe it wasn't Chrysler, but whatever the car dealership, they were making the door locks.
It was GM.
GM, and they went, and it was in the place that we went to was in Mississippi. Kind of, to me, it was kind of in the hood. You pull up. When I say in the hood, it wasn't like a big manufacturing plant. It was a small place, and but just to see, Ford's gonna need all these ancillary companies to help them with other stuff. Yeah, like the cables that you gonna tie the batteries together with. All that stuff there.
There's a lot of little stuff. I mean, and it's not just somebody to clean up their facility.
Yeah, no, we passed that. We
passed that. I mean, we got some businesses around here doing some big things.
Robotics. I remember Beverly talked about the
jobs of the future.
The jobs of the future is robotics, and Memphis. I mean, if you're trying to figure out what you want to do, learn some damn robotics.
Yeah, let's work with our school system. Let's put the programs in place so we're training up the next generation.
Tech and put it. I don't know what you would call it, tech or whatever.
Yeah,
because
you cater to Vo-Tech to apply to the things the jobs that are coming.
We did it before. What's the lady? I can't think of her name. She used to own the Coors Brewery.
Carolyn Hardy.
Hardy.
Yeah.
So she did the. So here, real quick. So she
You sure it's gonna be real quick?
It's gonna be real quick.
Right.
Real quick.
She bought the. Well, I don't have to say it. I was just trying to give some information.
You did.
Okay, I'm through.
you don't give
I'm through.
Don't be through. Go ahead.
I'm through.
Okay. Well, Paul, back to you.
I don't know what to say. I wanted to hear his thought, but
I did too. Kimberly, why you always messing with like that? You know he's sensitive.
I did
She didn't
not.
shut
He
me
just
down.
always trying to act like
No,
that's
it's,
okay.
it's,
His
a good, it's a
security
good
gonna
story. First, she graduated from Melrose,
She did,
and she
yeah.
bought the Coors Brewery. She shut it down and started another business where she was repairing trailers because she knew Memphis is a distribution capital. Trucks come through, trucks get broke, trucks get whatever. She started a business, so then the university started doing welding classes so that the young people could learn how to fix the trailers and how to weld stuff on. So I mean, it's like you bring us the business, we will find people to do what you need to get done.
And we will retrofit whatever we're doing.
Yeah, whatever we do.
To serve,
that's what
serve a part of the
Southwest has
community.
a whole course now that you can take, that you can learn the type of welding that they require and
be certified.
FedEx has got all these what are the things
airplane mechanics.
Yeah, I'm talking about the stuff they put the packages in, they roll them into the
I know what
onto
you're
the
talking
plane.
about. I know
The
them when I see
containers.
them. Yeah.
Those containers, they get busted up. Somebody's got to fix them.
Yeah.
They send them over to her. They weld them, put them back together, and send them on back over there.
I didn't know she did that.
Yeah, so
Look at all that great information.
yeah, that's what's happening.
See why you mess with the man and he came out with some knowledge.
I know. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
So let's talk about the smoke.
Be quiet.
Yeah. All right, so we gotta give somebody to smoke. But I would
Not
say
really, do we?
No, we gotta. I mean, let's just.
Do we
You know what?
have
We ain't gonna give nobody to smoke. We just
What's
gonna
giving
talk
the
about a
smoke?
lot of
What's
people.
giving the smoke?
It's just like putting somebody on a jackass wall. Somebody do some dumb shit. Like
That's when I need to be quiet, huh?
Like the young lady in Kentucky that.
Lady.
Man, you see that? She called the girl the N bitch and all
But
that
you
stuff.
know what's
and
telling
she
about
held
that
her until the
story?
police came.
Yeah, but you know what else is telling about that story? One of your friends is snitching on you, girl. They providing video now of you.
Well,
being
but
drunk.
no, here's the thing. She went to jail, $10,000 bond because she was saying it in front of the police officer.
Right.
That's how much
I'm
white
rich.
privilege she had.
I'm rich.
Right, she said she rich.
So
Yeah.
she got to jail. She got out of jail, found out she got kicked out of school. She was gone. Gone.
Okay,
Never to be heard of again, I hope.
right.
fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
It's
and
fair.
then you got the guy in Ohio who
Yeah, this is something.
shot his neighbor because he thought he was a Democrat.
What?
What?
I mean, you can't make this
Can't
shit
make
up.
this up.
I
You
had
cannot
never
make
heard
I
that
have
up.
not heard.
You can't make that shit up.
I have not heard.
And what else you got, Ike?
I wanted this lady in so she set the house on fire because her and this lady had an argument about the hamburger. Matter of fact, they saw
Her
her.
house? She said her own
She
house.
said
on fire?
no. She locked the door and she said I don't know if it was her house, but she says a woman. Well, this is from our friends at Google. It says a woman is accused of setting the house on fire after an argument over a hamburger is now in jail. Shelby County records show that 54-year-old Pamela Crawley is charged with aggravated arson. So apparently, on November the 4th, after West had an argument with a woman that lasted several minutes over a hamburger, the lady that stayed in the house was in a wheelchair. So she says, have fun getting out the house, bitch, and lit a bag of clothes on fire in front of the house with a lighter and set the house on
That
fire.
must have been a fire hamburger.
Ooh, child,
Yeah.
what was wrong with the hamburger?
Was it rare or something?
She didn't cook it right. They were sharing the hamburger.
Investigators say a witness saw West use a cigarette lighter to set a plastic bag of clothes on fire on the porch, and then she ran off, leaving the scene. Now,
Wow.
if she don't deserve the damn smoke,
Yeah, I think she trumped everybody.
She set the house on fire of a lady in a wheelchair.
yeah,
And told
because-
her
about the hamburger.
Told
yeah,
her,
she
good
said,
luck.
let me good luck getting out, bitch.
Wow. This world.
You can't make up some shit.
And then this one right here, this
make that one
is sad, and I do appreciate the police officer. I can't remember his name. There was a 19-year-old young lady who got into a disagreement with another lady at her house. So this lady pulls out a gun out of her purse and just starts firing indiscriminately. Kills a newborn, kills the baby, puts mom in the hospital, and I think they charged her with like 4 counts of attempted murder, first-degree murder.
Dang.
I mean, just all kinds of stuff. And the thing that was the most to me was the police officer said, we've got to have conflict resolution skills.
That's it.
Like me and you, Kimberly, we can disagree,
Right.
but I ain't gonna pull out my gun and start shooting.
Almost had to
I mean,
pull
come
it
on.
out.
I mean,
Right.
we've got to do. We know better. We got to do better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you said the key word
That's
conflict
unfortunate.
resolution.
That's it.
People don't know how to critical think.
Yeah, but
so
that's what to Paul's point.
Those
It's,
are the
it's not
skills.
just those are the skills that you've got to they got to be learned like when they're in the 3rd and 4th grade. You can't wait until they get 21 years old and try to
talking
teach
about some conflict resolution.
some conflict resolution. They got to they got to know how to do it before then. Yeah, way
and you got to
beforehand.
think about, like you said, they got to think about the consequences of that.
Yeah, she's screwed. I mean, 19 years old, and that's the thing. She's 19, the girl that shot the people.
Yeah,
so technically, she's, in my opinion, if I had a 19-year-old daughter like that, that's still my baby.
That's a baby.
Yeah, and her life is gone.
She a baby in jail now.
Yeah, that's you gotta think about that.
Yeah, so there's consequences to your actions.
It make you wonder: do people really think about the consequences?
Nah, they can't.
They don't.
But when you do that,
in a world where they believe that's not going to happen to them. I do this stuff, but ain't nothing gonna happen.
Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I'm gonna get away.
Why?
I'm 19. I ain't no adult yet. No, you an adult.
You've been an adult. Then they can charge you how they want to charge you.
You got to do real time now.
Gonna do real time, so I'm sorry for you.
Wow,
man. So Paul, go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
Go ahead, Isaac. You've been talking all this
I was going to let Paul go ahead and give us his social media. I know you got a campaign website.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and tell everybody how to find you.
I appreciate that. Follow me, Young for Mayor, on all platforms. Young for Memphis. Young for Memphis on Twitter.
Memphis.
Facebook, Instagram. Go to the website, youngformemphis.com. Join the team. We're really, really excited about what we're getting ready to bring to the city. It's
you
going
on
to be.
TikTok?
I'm not on
You gonna have
TikTok
to get
yet.
on
My
that
daughter
TikTok.
been telling me about TikTok.
Kimberly trying to politic for a job. That's what she's trying to do.
I know.
Everybody keep telling me about TikTok. I'm gonna get on there too.
And it doesn't have to be serious, but people it's just so relatable to
just
see
show
you
your personality
everyday,
a little bit.
your personality and your everyday.
Hey, that's where the young folks is at.
That's where
And
the
your
young folks-
daughter
And honestly,
is the one telling you.
Yeah.
Listen.
And honestly, we in a world now where personality sells more than anything.
Absolutely.
I.e. Trump.
I mean, I'm not just gonna go Trump. I mean, it's a lot of people out here is getting over on their personality. Or sometimes lack thereof.
And
Well,
with the information.
and the good thing about Paul is he not only does he have information, he's got the how solved.
He's got the how.
We got the how.
We got the how solved.
That's your red flag. There you go.
How?
How you gonna do that?
How you gonna do this?
He done gave us a
Bam,
nugget
bam.
to roll
Because
with.
I mean, it's getting to the point now. Yeah, because we have had black mayors and everything, people are getting critical. It's like, we used to then hold people accountable for some of the shit that they promised us they were gonna do. Mm-hmm. That ain't the case now.
Yeah,
That is not the case now.
People are paying attention. They're paying attention. I just want people to think about the future of our city, and as they think about who they elect for the next mayor, who really has the potential to take us higher.
And I'm gonna take it a step further. No disrespect or anything, but it's not just the mayor who our next
You're right.
council
You're
is,
right.
Who our next
all of our leaders,
congressman is, who our next
Because they all got to
anybody
be
that
able to work
send-
together.
Yeah, that we send somewhere to represent us. We need to think about what kind of person they are.
Right.
Are they relatable for what you want and all that stuff. So we there's a lot. We got to stop. We got to stop this. Oh man, I don't even know who she is. I don't know what she's about. I don't know what anything. But they black. I mean that's cool. But we want somebody out there that's gonna actually do the damn job.
So I know y'all wrapping up, but y'all got any advice for me? Any recommendations? Y'all, this is a bright group right here.
Right. Oh, okay. Hold on.
I think so.
Let me go ahead and do this right here.
Ooh, child. It's a stretch. You want us to?
No, I think. Go ahead, Kimberly.
Go
I
ahead.
want hers. I want hers.
Go ahead, Kimberly. Go ahead.
Isaac. I have nothing.
No, my recommendation is to connect to the younger people. I'm not saying the super young people, the voting age people.
Yeah.
Somehow we got to get them energized,
Right.
To understand that this is a life or death vote that's coming up. And the reason I said life or death, because if you don't get out and vote, then you have no voice, and if you have no voice, the people will perish.
Yeah.
I mean, so you got to take this in. I mean, this is serious. You guys got to get out and vote. Period.
I think I would say, Paul, is be you.
Yeah.
Don't change who you are for somebody. You don't have to get up there and dance and sing
And shuck and jive.
and all that shit. Just be Paul Young.
That's all I know how to do.
And if people can't accept Paul Young, hey.
Oh well.
And I think you said, the people know you.
Yeah.
So now you got to get the rest of the people to know you.
Yeah.
The people
And you got to do the and.
Yeah, the people in the movers and the shakers in the city, they already know who you are. They know what you have done. You got an impressive resume of stuff that you have accomplished in your short period. But see, the young people, the 19s and the 20-year-olds, they don't know.
Make sure they know.
Make sure they know.
I receive it.
Make sure they know and let's encourage and engagement, get out and vote.
What he said earlier, I just think that if you stay on that path of saying you know that you have a purpose and that you know that you have to go to the young people, age voting, and the older people, how you going to bring that together?
No,
how
I
can you bring
appreciate
the two sides to talk? Because a lot of times the young people don't want to hear because they feel like we've aged out of it.
Right.
But you got to be able to bridge that gap.
Gotta
And I
connect
think
all.
I mean, from what I've heard today, pretty impressive.
Well, thank you.
And it's hard to impress me.
It really is. It is
Well,
so
I thank
damn.
you guys for having me on. This
It
is
is
amazing.
so damn hard.
I was scared. I didn't know how y'all were gonna play it.
No.
Y'all get a
Well,
little
I'm
wild.
always open. I
What-
think
what
the
was
one
the-
thing about us, we're always open to listening. And then, not the rhetoric of what you're saying, but what you're saying has to match.
Correct.
And I think you have laid out a pretty good picture of how that's matching up for you.
And if you win and you don't do all the shit you say, we're gonna
gonna
go
talk
back.
about
We're gonna
you.
pull
Oh.
it back up and
We're
say,
gonna be on
I
the
welcome
podcast.
"Hey, you remember that
You
motherfucker?"
supposed to. You supposed to. Play the video.
Play the video. It's on YouTube.
Text me the screenshots.
No
Like, hey,
new
you remember
taxes.
this?
Just like my mama used to say, just be a man of your word.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
That's all
All
you
right,
got.
Paul, man, we appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Bless
It was
us
a
Smoke
pleasure.
Podcast. Family, Ike says it all the time. You have to get out there and vote. You have to get out there and support the candidate that has the same feelings that you have. You have to have a voice if you want change.
Yep.
You
No
have to have
vote,
a
no voice.
Exactly. And
That's it.
we will, have fun, smoke our cigars, drink our drink, but we want to bring people on here that can educate everyone.
Everyone.
And Paul, thank you so very much for
Thank
blessing us.
Thank you so much.
Smoke family, please follow us on YouTube, on TikTok, on
Instagram,
Instagram, on everything.
Facebook.
And make sure you go out onto all the streaming platform, all the podcast platforms, and subscribe and listen to us and check us out.
And if y'all don't see us someplace, let us know.
Let us
Let
know.
us
We'll-
know.
we'll
But you
add
should
that.
be following us on. You should be. What is it? Our
Our
all
YouTube
black
channel.
All black.
Oh yes. On man. Old. Play Old.
Play Old.
Make sure you download the Play Old app, man. It's black owned. All those old school black stations, man.
can hear them clearly.
You can hear them clearly. Them AM stations, you can hear them clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Just man. Play Old. Check it out. Good brother.
Download
Howard
it.
Robinson. Download it. You can listen to the smoke on there and everything.
Hey,
All
I
right.
don't know if you noticed that just a second ago, I guess Paul said, I'm through, so I'm going to go ahead and move this whiskey out of my way.
No, I'm trying to
took it to the head.
Man, I'm taking pictures
took it
over
to the
here, man.
head.
I'm taking pictures over here.
All right, smoke fam. Until we smoke again, we
Yeah.
will holla.
For $1.
This is the Spotlight Podcast Network.